One. Hello and welcome to this evening's coverage of Hoffenheim against RB Leipzig. I am Jack Cunningham and I'll be taking you through the match, and joining me will be the excellent David Seymour. Hoffenheim coming to this one having just sacked Alfred Schreuder, claiming that this club could not agree with Schreuder how they should move forward. Hoffenheim coming to this one as well having lost one, drawn two and won two since the restart, and find themselves in 7th, 2 points behind Wolfsburg. Leipzig, on the other hand, are in 3rd and are unbeaten since the restart, where they have drawn against the likes of Paderborn and Freiburg. Here's how the two sides will line up. Hoffenheim in goal is Oliver Baudman, Pavel Kadra-Jabek, Ermin Bikacic, Dennis Geiger, Munas Dabo, Florian Grilsic, Christoph Baumgartner, Sebastian Rudi, Stefan Zuber, Diade Samaseku, Stefan Posch, and Leipzig have Peter Gulaci in goal, Angelino, Marcel Sabitzer returns to captain the side, Timo Werner, Lucas Klostermann, Patrick Schick, Nordi Mukiele, Marcel Halsenberg, Danny Olmo, Konrad Leimer and Kevin Campbell. So David, what do you make of the two sides and who to watch out for in this game just before we got kick off here?
Yeah, interested to see the lineups that we've got today. I think Hoffenheim have had to shuffle around with Hübner obviously getting sent off in the last game. So we've seen Bikacic move into where I would imagine he plays as centre-back in this game. Other than that, I mean, no massive surprises as such. Obviously, Nkunku's on the bench. So I would imagine he will come on at some point, particularly if Leipzig can't get on the score sheet. But other than that, no. I mean, I'm pretty much it's what I expected to see.
Yeah, and obviously Hoffenheim did relieve Schreuder of his duties. Were you surprised with that? I mean, they haven't had the best of starts since the restart, but they haven't been awful either.
Yeah, funny enough, before the restart, I actually picked Hoffenheim as the team to get that 6th place finish, and obviously, I think I'm going to be quite wrong there. I was still a little bit surprised to see it happen. I know he hasn't had the best run so far as a manager. I think fans were starting to get a little bit frustrated just with the huge amount of positional changes that he's had. He's been playing players in all kinds of positions under his tenure. I mean, we've seen the likes of Robert Skov playing as a left back, Sebastian Rudi playing right back. I think we might actually see Rudi play right back again this evening. It's kind of been all over the place, and I think after just a couple of bad results and maybe a difficult discussion, the Hoffenheim board decided to go a different direction.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, as I said, they said in their statement that they just didn't agree on how to take the club forward. But I don't know, I feel that if you're going to make that change, I suppose the importance of finishing 6th is massive for a team like Hoffenheim. But with only 4 games to go, you'd feel that it is a weird time to make the change. And Leipzig, on the other hand, as I've said, unbeaten since the restart, but they've had a couple of disappointing results. Drawing to Paderborn, I don't think anyone would have seen that coming. So what have you made of Leipzig since the restart?
Yeah, I mean, that's been kind of Leipzig's season, really. They're an excellent side, but they do just make, unfortunately, too many mistakes against teams that they shouldn't be dropping points against. I think a lot of sort of Premier League fans who've had a chance to watch the Bundesliga have been really impressed with Leipzig, and I know that Julian Nagelsmann will be high on the list of potential suitors for a Guardiola replacement or a Klopp replacement in the future. And I think a lot of fans are starting to wet their lips at the thought of that. But I also think going back to Schreuder as well, I would probably put that managerial change down more than anything to, I would imagine, a lack of transfer funds that's been made available. I feel Schreuder was playing players in different positions almost in a little bit of a Mourinho-esque protest of saying, I haven't got the players to play in this position. Look who I'm playing here. So I would suggest that perhaps Hoffenheim have said there won't be the money to spend this summer, and they've maybe done it as as much of a mutual split as possible.
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, as you say there, though, I mean, I don't think with this, what's gone on, how many clubs are actually going to have much money to spend? I mean, obviously, as you say, if Schreuder is playing people out of position, if he was playing people out of position as a protest move, then fair enough. But it feels like he could have come to some agreement that, okay, we're not going to actually have that much money to spend anyway. In terms of Nagelsmann, I saw Chelsea were linked with him in the week. Could you see that happening at some point?
You know what? I think the issue with Nagelsmann is, with some of the clubs that he's been linked with, I don't know if he necessarily fits into that club philosophy. For example, if we just said, let's just say, for example, Man City, if they were saying, oh, yeah, Nagelsmann's going to be Guardiola's replacement, it feels a little bit like what was kind of the point of having Guardiola in it. I feel like they brought Guardiola in to make this club philosophy that was going to last for generations, not just Guardiola's tenure. And listen, Nagelsmann plays some beautiful stuff, but it's not quite. There's similarities, but it's not close to being a Guardiola style of football. So possibly with Chelsea, I think it'd be a bit unfair on Frank. But no, he would. I think he would suit Chelsea more. I think. I just think with clubs with a clear style like City, I just don't think that's necessarily the way to go. But I mean, I'm sure there'll be plenty that disagree with me on that one.
Yeah, I mean, Newcastle were linked with the if the takeover happens, but that's for another time. Timo Werner, and we're talking about Chelsea. Timo Werner looks like he is indeed coming to the Premier League over here sooner rather than later, if reported to be believed. I mean, 25 Bundesliga goals this season. He's an incredible striker, isn't he? 24. I mean, are you expecting some fireworks from him today? He's got 15 goals away from home this season. He's only 2 short of Jupp Heynckes' record away goals in a Bundesliga season. So he might not catch Lewandowski. He might break that record before the season's over.
I didn't realise that. That's a fantastic stat. Yeah, he's an excellent player and he can do a lot. I think. I mean, he's obviously very quick. He's excellent running in behind, but I mean, he's also good with his back to goal. You're going to see him drift out to the left flank a lot today, and I think that's something that we'll see him do at Chelsea too. I would imagine he'll do well with Abraham playing as the focal point and Werner being able to have the freedom to go out onto the left side. You'll see him dropping out there. He can receive the ball in behind the fullback there, or if he receives deep, you're going to see him cut inside and take the early shot. And I mean, Leipzig will take a lot of shots today. I would be very surprised to see otherwise.
You think Bauman's going to be a busy man in goal? Hoffenheim goalkeeper?
Unquestionably, yeah.
So how do you see the game going? I think it's going to be an open game. I think Hoffenheim are maybe going to sit back and invite Leipzig onto them.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what to expect. I can't imagine Marcel Rapp has made too many changes in Hoffenheim style. Hoffenheim will get the ball. They are a team that are used to having the ball. So, and Leipzig are by no means a dominant possession team. So I think it could be relatively open. But then for Hoffenheim, they don't really want it to get open. I think that we all know that Leipzig have the players that can really hurt a team on transition. So the more open the game, I would expect the more easy it'll be for Leipzig to carve them open on the quick breaks.
Well, it looks like we're about to get underway here. Obviously, Sabitzer returning as captain. He missed the last game, and Nagelsmann said he was a doubt, but it looks like he's shaking off whatever problem he had to captain the side. And it looks like we are pretty much about getting underway here. I am looking forward to this one. It's 7th versus 3rd. Obviously, it's Nagelsmann's old team as well, isn't it? So, it should be an enticing game. And we are underway here. And the ball is played straight away back to Bikakic, who drives the ball forward towards Baumgartner, who wins the header. And he finds Zuba, and it's cleared by Angelino. And this is Werner in 2. That was Seymour, I believe. No, it was Olmo, sorry. Olmo. Signed from Dynamo Zagreb, January. This ball, it's played in towards Baumgartner. Baumgartner loses out, and Sabitzer can bring the ball away for Leipzig. Ball played inside into Campo. Campo is it back to Klostermann, to Gulacsi. Gulacsi drives the ball forward. Werner heads it into the air and is fouled. It was actually Lima, went up, and there's a foul on Olmo. And it's going to be a free kick, early free kick. Rudy there getting stuck in early on and concedes the free kick, which Leipzig are about to take. Campbell, well, the referee's just holding on. Or Rudy talking to. So, what do you think Hoffenheim have lined up in formation-wise?
Before the game, I expected it to be a 4-2-3-1 with De Boer playing as the lone forward, but it looks like we've got Baumgartner playing up front with him. Kader Jabek, who's normally a right back, is playing sort of an attacking right side forward as well. We can see him pressing the ball there.
Well, Kader Jabek does have 2 goals and 4 assists this season, so not obviously can attack. And Mukiele's given the ball in dangerous position here, and this is Baumgartner in the corner battling with Mukiele. He tries to, and Mukiele in the end does well comes back at his team, but a bit of a bit lackadaisical from the French defender there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's an interesting prospect. I think Premier League fans will be very interested to see him play. He can play as a sort of archetypal attacking right back, but I mean, if he was playing as part of a back five, he can play as a very attacking wing back, often going.
Samasegu, sorry about that. Campbell intercepts, and the ball comes to Lima. Lima is taken out by Samasegu, and that could be the first yellow card of the game, and it is indeed, and that's
quick,
pretty obvious. It was a pretty obvious yellow card, though, isn't it? It's a classic. He's made the mistake. He's lost the ball high up for his team. I mean, that is a shocking challenge, actually. It was always going to be a yellow card.
Not particularly what you want your defensive midfielder to get straight away. I mean, that's going to be him walking a tightrope for the rest of the game, I'd imagine. But yeah, so I was saying about Mukiele is that when he's playing as a sort of more attacking wing back, you'd see him form a front three at times with Schick and Werner. So he's very versatile.
Yes, and Schick as well. Obviously, Poulsen got a bad injury, so Schick's been given his chance. He's scored 3 goals in a row now. So obviously, a man on form. What have you made of him this season? 10 Bundesliga goals and 19 appearances, in fairness, from the man on loan from Roma.
Yeah, do you know what? I've been really impressed with him. I wasn't totally sold on the idea at the beginning of the season, but I've been brought around to it. I think he works particularly well with Werner as well. So yeah, I've been very impressed.
Yeah, and just seen Lima there as well, another man who's been in excellent form since the restart. 3 assists since the restart. Austrian international. Can you tell us any more about Konrad Lima?
Yeah, he's an outstanding ball-winning midfielder, is what I would say. I mean, truly elite. I would go as far to say probably the best ball-winning midfielder in the Bundesliga.
Well, that is. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing him some more. This is Gulacsi playing the ball forward. And that's a little shove in the back from Schick, but Hoffenheim bring the ball away. And this is Zuber, and he pulls it back to Baumgartner. Baumgartner in the box, slots it past Gulacsi, but wide of the far post.
That is a chance.
That's a huge chance for Hoffenheim.
Gosh, that could be their best. That could be their best chance of the game.
It really
it's
could.
A phenomenal chance.
Mukiele sold himself way too early and created the space for Baumgartner, but he beat the keeper and it's gone just past the far post. And as you say, it's a huge chance. It's come out of nothing as well. And Nagelsmann looks furious, to be fair. Leipzig are going to have to recover from that. Hoffenheim have probably been there. And Mukiele gives the ball away again. This is Samasegu. Finds Dabor to Baumgartner again. He hits a shot. This is Zuber. Zuber goes for it. Just wide of the far post. Has it took a deflection? I think it has. Hoffenheim have made an electric start in this game.
Yeah, it seems to be a case of them starting quick and Leipzig starting very slowly. As you said, Mukiele having an atrocious start to the game.
I think that is the only fair word for it, to be honest. They give the ball away 3 or 4 times already. There, Zuber hit a shot from, it was worth a try from that range. Just took a deflection, and I don't know if Gulacsi was going to get there, in fairness. This corner's taken short. It's played into Geiger. Geiger holding up the ball. Finds, it's a poor touch by Zuber. But Zuber slips it through to Dabor. Dabor goes round the goalkeeper, hits the deck, and it's going to be a penalty to Hoffenheim. Already, this is an electric start from the team who've just sat their manager, and now they have the ideal chance to take an early 1-0 lead against Leipzig, who just haven't started at all, have they?
I wonder, it looked like there was a slight handball and the deflection to knock that through to the forward, and I wonder if that'll get pulled back. But it just goes to show commentators' curse of me saying that may well even be their best chance of the game. A minute later, they get a penalty. So what do I know?
It's absolutely, it is, and well, that's 2 yellow cards already. But yeah, I mean, you'd have to say if Hoffenheim if VAR does give this penalty, well, it looks like
it's going ahead.
It's going to be ahead, and it's Dabor who got his first goal for the club in the 2-2 draw against Fortuna Dusseldorf to get his second goal for the club. He got 72 goals in 128 games for Salzburg before Sevilla signed him, but that move didn't work out. Just joined Hoffenheim in January. This is, what a chance to make an impression on a potential new manager. Dabor being at goalkeeper. You might be right, David. I think they are checking VAR.
It just looked like it hit the hand. Now, it depends whether they're saying it's intentional or not. It definitely did hit the guy's hand. I'm not sure whose hand. I think they've overturned it. They've overturned it.
They've overturned it? I
don't know. Players are walking away. No, maybe not.
No, I think it is going to be a penalty. If you're just joining us now on Hot Mic, it is 6 minutes 39. Sync it up. on your BT Sport coverage and get listening to our coverage. If you're just tuning on the TFA YouTube channel, get over to the Hot Mic app, like and share this broadcast, and we might be having if this goes in, you've got to say it opens the game up entirely, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and I think we spoke about having an open game, and you're going to have Leipzig suddenly chasing the ball. It's likely if they score here, Hoffenheim will be sitting off, and it would change the dynamics certainly.
Yeah, definitely.
This is my frustration though with VAR. I would like to see what is going on the big screen. So here's.
That's hit Baumgartner's hand.
And it has deflected into his path. So I see now I'm not 100% sure what the ruling is there. And then maybe that's even another handball there.
Yeah. I mean, they're both still arguing with the referee. But you're totally right, honestly. There should be a screen. There should be something talking us through it. For fans in the stadium, and it is being given as no penalty. Previous handball and Leipzig get off there because they've started really, really slowly. I mean, De Boer's furious. But looking on the replay, it was a handball. It did deflect through to him. But I totally agree with you on the VAR. I think that there needs to be more communication from people in the stadium and for broadcasters as well, because they have no idea what's going on.
Absolutely, and we've spoken about this before. But when we're in the stadium, Jack, and you don't have a clue what's going on, it does ruin the fan experience to a large extent.
Yeah, of course it does, honestly. And this is Hoffenheim. Can they recover from that penalty not being given? It's ball played out to Zuber. Zuber heads it in field, but it's won by Sabitzer, and Sabitzer finds Lima into Olmo. Olmo to Mukiele. Mukiele takes a touch, gets it out of his feet, finds Olmo. Olmo through. Olmo scores. And that is the perfect response from Leipzig. Hoffenheim could have had a penalty and could have been going 1-0 in front. And a minute later, Leipzig ripped them apart and almost slots in his second Bundesliga goal of the season.
That quick, and I mean, it was clinical from Olmo, a similar kind of area to the chance that Hoffenheim had just had. But again, we spoke about how dangerous they are on the transition. They win the ball back, and within 6-7 seconds, they've worked the ball into the box for a great shooting opportunity.
It's a poor tackle that Olmo gets past, but you have to say Mukiele, who's had as you said, atrocious start of the game. That's a lovely pass to him, and it's a lovely composed finish from the Spaniard Olmo. Lovely little flick past his man there, and he just guides it into the corner past Baumann, who just really had no chance of that, did he?
No, absolutely not. And he'll be furious at himself, Grilic, there for missing that chance to nick the ball.
And he's got to do better there. But can Hoffenheim respond? Start of this game well. The ball's into De Boer. De Boer plays it back to Kadrajabek into Grilic. Grilic chips it over to Bikakic. He takes a touch, looks up, and finds Baumgartner, who's had a lively start of this game so far. It was actually Geiger. Back to Grilcic. Good ball out to Zuber. Zuber looking to square up Mukiele. Back into Zuber. Zuber gets it across, cleared at the front post.
And what we're seeing as well is if you have a look in the build-up play from Hoffenheim, Florian Grilic is dropping back from his midfield position in between the centre-backs Posch and Bicacic, and they're playing with a back three, which allows Zuber and Rudy to push on in wing-back positions.
This ball is with Baumgartner. Baumgartner loses out to Olmo, the goal scorer, and this is Zuber. Zuber squaring up, and it's played back to De Boer, who's dropped deep and Schick, and this is Mukiele, can get it away, and he finds Klostermann, left-footed ball forward to Werner. Is Werner onside? Werner brings it down into the box, trying to find Schick, blocked away by Grilcic, crossed in, and head. Oh no, it's going to be collected by Angelino. Angelino, left-footed into the area. It's a really good ball. Finds Sabitzer, heads it back to Olmo, and is that 2-0? It is indeed. It's a beautiful finish by Dani Olmo. It's a beautiful goal by Leipzig. The ball's played back across by Angelino, and Sabitzer heads it down. And there's Olmo to slot in another beautiful goal. And that is, it's unbelievable from Leipzig so far.
I mean, it's that easy. They've obviously highlighted playing that ball over the top. They're looking for that space just behind the fullback. I think they probably guessed that you're going to see Zuber pushing forward, and they're hitting them so quickly when they win that ball back. I mean, they did that twice in the space of maybe 90 seconds there, where they look for that ball over the top, and you can see the talent they have. They're able to run in behind the opposition defence. I mean, it's clinical stuff.
It really is. I mean, it was a lovely header back for Sabitzer, wasn't it? To have that awareness to know where Olmo was, and it's his first time finish. It's absolutely fantastic. You can tell he was from the Barcelona Youth Academy.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, we've got Olmo on a hat trick after 12 minutes.
Yeah, exactly, 12 minutes. Hoffenheim could have had a penalty, but anyway, they're not giving up. It's Zuber. Zuber, they're playing so open, Hoffenheim, and well, it's already, as I say, been horribly exposed. But Leipzig play open as well. This could really, I feel this game's got a lot more goals in it.
Yeah, I don't see. It's not in Leipzig's nature to sit back on this lead as well. So I would imagine there are going to be goals. But I'm telling you, Jack, it's something about us too, because the last game we commentated, it was a absolute stormer as well. So
It was brilliant, wasn't it? The Werder Bremen Wolfsburg game. Only 1-0, but it was definitely a really good game, and this
it was
has been
fantastic.
superb so far, 12 minutes in. Yeah, Olmo as well. I mean, signed from, as I said, Zagreb. He turned down Premier League moves. He admitted it himself to go to Leipzig. I think that was probably to work with Nagelsmann.
He's a very interesting player. He's incredibly versatile. He can play as your standard central midfielder. He can play as a false nine. He can play on either wing. He can play as a 10, and he can do all of those roles just incredibly well. So he's a very exciting talent.
Yeah, he's got one Spain cap, and he scored on his debut. It was on a 7-0 thrashing of Malta, but he's clearly got a big future ahead of him. Can Hoffenheim respond? Well, not if they give the ball away there. Nope, it's going to be a free kick. It was Kadra Jarbek fouled. It wasn't, so it was Posh who was fouled.
And what you'll see these wider centre backs. If they get space, they will drive forward with the ball. So watch out for that from Hoffenheim too.
And this is Grilic spraying the ball out towards Zuber. It looks like it came up, this formation came up before, and it did look like Grilic was playing in the centre of the back three. And he's already shown he's got a wide range of passing. This is a lovely turn away by Grilic, who came forward and won his side a free kick around 35 yards out from goal.
What you often get from Grilic is that he's the kind of player that keeps the ball ticking. He's a very good tempo setter. He will play lots of lateral passes, but as we're seeing today, he's kind of dropping back and playing almost in that quarterback role.
Yeah, and so as you're saying, so obviously from there, do you feel he can dictate Hoffenheim's tempo?
Yeah, and I mean, under Schroeder, they played a 3-5-2, which they seem to be doing in attack.
Ball chipped in, headed away. So Olmo scoring 2 goals at one end, and then a brilliant defensive header away at the other end. Zuber gets the cross back into the box. Dabor heads it down for Samaseku, who fires it a yard or so wide on the half volley. Difficult chance, in fairness. He made a good contact with it, actually, but just not the direction.
I think the way the game's setting up, it looks like Hoffenheim are trying to actually exploit Mukiele as much as possible. Definitely. Zuber seems to be their target. They're looking for that switch over the top for him, operating wide on that left side.
And that's a poor giveaway by Klosterman, but he gets it away this time. It's collected and launched forward, but Galacci's going to pick that up. Former Liverpool goalkeeper Galacci actually spent time on loan at Hull City and Tranmere Rovers before he ended up here at Leipzig.
Yeah, fascinating story with him. I believe they got him before they got into the Bundesliga, and they were looking at getting a keeper for under $1 million. That would be a keeper that they could have in years to come, and it's worked out superbly for him.
Reimer finds Angelino Werner, who's barely seen any of, but he gets a really good cross into the back post. Schick wins the header. I think it's good defending, actually, in the end, from Pakic to get it to block Schick from having a clean contact. But it was a lovely cross from Werner, wasn't it, to find his strike partner.
Yeah, and we're seeing so much from Werner already, what he can do there. He was, again, dropping out on that left-hand side. He, as well as shooting, he can play those kind of crosses in. And we've seen him running in behind as well. So seeing lots of what he can do.
I'm sure if there's any Chelsea fans watching, they'll be watching keenly with what Werner can do. Yeah, that's really interesting with Galacci, the fact that they were looking for a keeper under $1 million, and he's still their goalkeeper now, despite them being a high flyer in the Bundesliga now.
The Red Bull group have just... I mean, there's no one else scouting like them in the world right now. The amount of times where I've come across a player who I think, oh, wow, this player looks fantastic. They're playing for a small team.
Here we go. They're in Dabor with the strike. And I think that was some superb defending from, it was Campbell at the back, getting in there with a block. But Dabor was just free. It was a lovely ball by Rudy. It was close to man with a block. And it just went wide of the far post. Lovely ball through by Rudy, and Rudy now to take this corner. Rudy delivers, headed up and away, and Werner can't get there. It's collected and played back to Grilic. Grilic looks up, plays it across, and it's back with Grilic. Look, still a lot of time, as you're saying, playing in that role, as the third centre back essentially, and he's played it back to Baumann, into Geiger, and he finds Kakic plays a left-footed ball forward. Flicked on by De Boer, and Angelino wins that on loan from Man City. Angelino joined in January. This is Campo. Back to Busterman. Bit of an interesting ball for Galacci to deal with, and Galacci gets it away, and he finds Mukiele. He plays it back to Busterman. This is Galacci. As I say, we're on the 17th minute here. It's 2-0 to Leipzig. Hoffenheim had a penalty. Well, they thought they had a penalty, and it was overruled by VAR for a handball. And this is Olmo, finding Schick. Werner. Schick loses the ball, deflects back through. Adrabarek gets it back and plays it back to Baumann. Baumann left-footed drives the ball downfield, seeking out De Boer. Comes to Zuba, who slices one over to Kadrabarek, who brings it down well, cuts inside the Czech Republic International. Plays it inside to Geiger. Geiger back to Kadrabarek. Kadrabarek looks up, plays it forward. 1-2 with Baumgartner. Picked up here by Posch. Posch who's come forward and it's going to run through, is it? No, it's going to be cleared. It's going to be a throw-in. So yes, as I say, if you're just joining now, we're on the 18th minute. So get a hot mic, get synced up. Like and share if you're watching it on TFA, the TFA YouTube channel. Again, get over to this hot mic app, like and share. Also, send in your questions for David. I'm sure you'll be happy to go through them at halftime, won't you, David?
Absolutely. I think what I was saying earlier as well is that there's not really anyone scouting like Red Bull. You're not going to see them make a huge amount of signings. They are stockpiling talent, not just across Europe, but across the world. You'll find players where you think, oh, I found a talent, and then you find that they're part of the Red Bull group.
Ball in towards Baumgartner, but Galacki came out and did well, claimed it. Yes, no, I was looking, obviously I was looking at the side, the Leipzig time, and the fact that Forsberg's on the bench, who's an excellent player, probably also shows, kind of how strong this Leipzig team is. This is back with Galacki. And as we were saying, Hoffenheim started the game so well, and they're 2-0 down.
Yeah, not quite how we saw that one coming after the first 5 minutes, but there we go.
Campo there was a drive and run forward, but gives the ball away, and Hoffenheim can start again. It's Grilic loses the ball to Sabitzer though. Sabitzer plays it back to Angelino. Angelino finds a Lima driving forward, holds a man off well. Lima finds Mukiele in the box, plays it back to Lima dances through Schick. Is he offside? He didn't touch it. I think it's going to be a corner. Okay.
And what we've seen there is Leipzig aggressively attacking the centre of the pitch whilst having Werner one side, Mukiele the other side. They've got attacking players in wider positions, bringing Hoffenheim narrow and then playing that ball wide at the last moment. Yeah,
it was a really good drive run from Lima as well. Someone was on him and dragging him down, but he brushed it off to find Mukiele. This is Baumann launching the ball forward. Extremely experienced goalkeeper Baumann. This is his 215th appearance for Hoffenheim. 10 caps for Germany as well. But he's already had to pick the ball out of his net twice.
Absolutely. I mean, we've just seen Angelino there, and we've spoken about him already. And I think he was just a fantastic pickup from Leipzig, particularly when they play with wing backs. I'm not sold on his defensive ability between the two of us, and I think that he's a lot better when he has that wing back role.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can see how he does tonight as part of that back four. But I mean, they've got two very attacking fullbacks playing. Then you've got Marcel Holstenberg playing centre back, who, I mean, I guess in an ideal world would be playing as a left back. You've got Kosterman, who can also play as a right back. So it shows that, I mean, they haven't necessarily got their strongest team out. Leipzig have had injury problems this season.
Yeah, Orban has been injured for most of the season. He's only made 12 appearances.
Mm-hmm.
And Upamecano was banned for this game. So yeah, exactly. They haven't exactly got. And yeah, I mean, I think it shows. For example, with Klosterman and Halsenberg, if they can play all across the back line, it's great to have that versatility, isn't it, in your team?
Yeah, I mean, they have Ibrahima Konate on the bench, who's someone that Football Manager fans would be very aware of. I think you're seeing him linked with Premier League clubs all the time, but he needs time to break in and cement a place in the Leipzig team before that happens.
Michele finds Schick. This is Lima, Angelino pulls it back to Schick. Schick hits a shot off Werner. I don't think it was going anywhere near the goal, in fairness. He didn't catch how he wanted to, but it was, again, an incisive move by Leipzig, all created by Lima, and Angelino's had a lot of space and time, hasn't he, on that left side?
Absolutely, and his ability to push forward and attack. You're going to see Olmo go into more central positions, and Helino's going to be given a lot of authority at that left side. Werner will drop out as well and play in front of him. So, I mean, as you'll see from this game, Leipzig are very, very fluid in their formation.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking with Olmo. I mean, I can't even tell where he's actually playing at the moment. He's been absolutely everywhere so far. And if you look at both of his goals again, they're absolutely superbly calm finishes, aren't they? Just no, it was no nerves for him. He just knew what he was doing. That's a poor giveaway by Galashi, and then the ball's hammered back towards him. He picks it up and doesn't pick it up, plays it out to Mukiele, who plays it back to Galashi, and Galashi launches the ball long towards Schick. Schick gets his body in there and loses out to Ikakic. This is Geiger, who we've seen absolutely nothing of so far. Geiger from the Hoffenheim Academy. He's been mainly used as a substitute since the restart, so I suppose it may be a bit of a surprise that he's starting.
He had a really strong start to the season. It petered out, unfortunately. But they have high hopes for him there. In fact, he was linked with some of Europe's biggest clubs. I mean, really, sort of this time last year, at the end of 2019.
This is Werner, back to Angelino. Campo got time and space to drive forward, plays it into Lima with a little flick round the corner, trying to find Werner. It's cleared away. I'm liking what I've seen of Lima so far, I have to say.
Yeah, he's really got everything. I mean, he progresses the ball as well. I spoke about his ball winning earlier, but he's got a great passing range too. He's confident driving forward. But I tell you what, we're seeing Leipzig with the wind in their sails right now, really playing themselves into some nice form here.
Yeah, they are. Obviously, as I said, since the restart, they are unbeaten. But apart from probably them thrashing Mainz 5-0 and also a 4-2 win over Cologne, I don't know, obviously drawn with Paderborn and drawn with Freiburg. It's not the results they wanted, but they've it's been away from home that they've really, that 4-2 win over Cologne. I don't know if you saw it, but Galashi got an assist for Werner.
Yeah, so, and that's, I mean, what you see from them is they are big on playing vertically, and that can be interpreted how you want. But at the end of the day, it's going to be looking to play forward as quickly as possible. So you will see things like that where Galashi, if he can see Werner, he'll play him over the top because Werner is so strong at running in behind.
Yeah, it was absolutely superb. I watched it. It was just a free kick whipped in by Cologne, and Galashi came out and grabbed it and then instantly just delivered it first time forward. I think the ball bounced a couple of times and Werner just first took a touch and then just slotted it into the corner.
I mean, you mentioned the Freiburg game, and they were lucky to draw that. They dominated that game, but Freiburg scored, I think, with their only shot on target, and defended resolutely for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But they got the equaliser later on, and that's not the only time that's happened this season. They've done it a few times where they've managed to score late goals. It shows excellent resilience and belief in this team.
Yeah, I mean, even even going down to 10 men against Hertha Berlin. They scored. They made it 2-1 first. Here's Sabitzer over the top to Werner. Werner up against Posch. Cuts inside into the box. Timo Werner plays it back to Schick. Schick takes a touch, tries to dance through, and Hoffenheim scramble the ball away. But you could see there, as you were saying, Werner's running in behind there. I mean, Posch looked absolutely terrified of Timo Werner there.
I just think you're going to see Hoffenheim change what they're doing second half. There's nothing to stop Leipzig from transitioning really quickly through the centre of the pitch. It's not working with Grilic where he is. I think you're going to see that change at half-time. I'd be very surprised if it stays the same.
That is a yellow card for Klostermann, who came in, tried to nick the ball away and just ended up clattering the ball. Bit of a needless yellow card for your centre-back, really, especially when you've got another one banned at the moment.
It will frustrate you as a manager when you give away those kind of fouls. Mm-hmm. There was no need to do that there. You want to force teams to have to build up under pressure, and he just relieved all the pressure there.
Yeah, Grilic finds Zuber inside towards Rudy. Rudy gets the ball, plays it out to Kadrabarek, who has time to space and cross, and Zuber was at the back post, but Michele gets in there and heads it away. Good defending from the young Frenchman there. Rudy this is his second spell with Hoffenheim. He spent 7 years with them before joining Bayern Munich, and now he's back via Schalke. I'm guessing he's moved to Bayern, just didn't really work out, and he's back where he knows he's appreciated, I suppose.
Yeah, that was a. I'll let this corner go.
Yeah, Rudy whips it in. Oh, it's hit the crossbar. It was Bikakic who scored in the 3-1 defeat for Hoffenheim earlier in the season. He got up, he climbed brilliantly. And Gulaschki had absolutely no chance. What a header that was. Bang, it was actually De Boer who got the header. De Boer getting in front of Bikakic to plant a great header off the crossbar, came down and away. Then Hoffenheim, well, Leipzig scrambled it away, but Rudy delivers again into the box, headed this time by Bekirkic over the bar, well over the bar. And that was actually probably an easier chance than the one De Boer got because he was totally free there.
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, it just shows how close this game is and actually perhaps should be. I mean, there have been chances both ends. Neither team looks particularly strong defensively right now.
No, not at all. So yeah, we're talking about Rudy.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bad move for him moving to Bayern. It didn't work out. His career's kind of stalled since then. He's not really ever been the player that he was. And it's a frustrating one. He's been okay for Hoffenheim this season, but I mean, he's been playing a lot of minutes at right back, and his best position is as a defensive midfielder. I mean, I think they have got an option to buy. I don't know if they'll take that up. But
no, but I mean, as you could already see there with that first corner, well, both the corners were actually brilliant deliveries. So you could see his quality on the ball. This is Zuber. Zuber plays it off Mukiele, and it finds Schick holds the ball up, and I think he just ran out of play in the end. But he had no help from anyone in red. Zuber quickly gets us back underway, and Grilic has time and space on the ball like he's had pretty much most of the game. Seems like Leipzig are pretty happy to let him have the ball, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the issue is with Hübner out, they haven't really got a outstanding ball progressor from the back, which is why I'm guessing they're playing him there. But as I've said, it's just not quite working. They're not really getting a huge amount of penetration. Bacacic and Posch aren't finding the angles to hit central spaces from the wide areas at the back. You can see here, they really want to hit that ball in behind.
Bacacic does find De Boer, though. He's dropped deep. He's quite made a good start, De Boer. Hit the crossbar there before. Kadrabarek finds De Boer, who goes for the header from the edge of the box. And just as I said, he's had a good start. He heads it pretty much out play for a throw-in.
Yeah, he's going to do well to trouble the keeper from.
Yeah, I think that'd have to be some header to score from the edge of the box. A bit like Robin van Persie against.
Yeah, I go as far to say that I think that's perhaps the only header I can think of off the top of my head that was from that far. I'll tell a lie. I remember Steve Lomas scoring a header against Manchester United for West Ham. 5-3 defeat. There you go.
There's the West Ham fans' input there.
Who would have thought we'd have got a Steve Lomas reference in a Hoffenheim Leipzig game?
Well, we might get another West Ham reference if Norvite comes off the bench.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have to talk about Norvite. Oh my God.
Anyway, Annalino there has fouled, and Golashki launched the ball forward. Schick battling, wins the flick on, and Werner's interested, but Posch deals with it and leaves it for Grilic. Grilic brings the ball away for Hoffenheim, although he looks like he's got it caught on his feet. Oh, Aimer's a bit unlucky there, I think.
He's bought that there because I think he just he lost the ball there, and he knew that he had to sell it to make sure that they didn't get counted.
I totally agree with that. I think he done himself with his step over, and Lima was in a really, really dangerous position. If you're just tuning in now, it's 29 minutes off. It's Hoffenheim 0, Leipzig 2. Get on your Hot Mic app, sync up your TV, like and share this broadcast so we can keep bringing you more. I believe me and you are doing Spurs Man United next week.
There you go. I wasn't even aware.
Oh, right. Brilliant. There you go, yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Premier League returns next week, but and also tomorrow, tune in, 5:30. It'll be Harry Smew and Lee Scott bringing you Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Bayern Munich, which I'm sure will be another cracking match, although who can stop Bayern Munich in the form they're in? This is Rudy to take this free kick to the back post, whips it in. Bekirkic wins it and heads it back across. And it's cleared away for a throw-in. So, yeah, Hoffenheim have had some, I think, a bit of success from set pieces. I have to say, Leipzig look a bit susceptible to them so far.
Yeah, they've been actually quite strong from set pieces all season. But, I mean, consistent goal scoring has been something that needs to be solved. For Hoffenheim, it's an issue. They haven't really got that striker that's going to be getting 20 goals a season, so they've had to come from all over the pitch.
No, the only player I can think is Kramaric, who's on the bench, who's scored double figures for the last 3 seasons in a row. Apart from this one, where he's got 7 goals and 15 appearances. He's been injured for most of the season, so to get 7 goals and 15 appearances, I feel, is still a really good return from Leicester City's record signing in 2015. It didn't quite work out for him, but it's been a revelation for Hoffenheim, hasn't he?
Yeah, it didn't work out at all, to the point where I'd really written him off as a talent. But no, I mean, he's a good player, and Hoffenheim do look better when he's playing, when he's in form. But as you said, yeah, he's had trouble getting a good run of games in this season.
Schick beaten in the air by Ikarkic there, and it's headed out to play in Leipzig. Have another throw in. So half an hour into this game, I have to say it's flown by. It's been a brilliant game for any neutral watching this. Leipzig have blown Hoffenheim with two brilliant attacks, but Hoffenheim have played their part in the game. They've played well on the ball. Not so well defensively. This is back with Baumann. Baumann left-footed downfield, seeking out Dabor, and that's won by Klosterman. And Campbell gets his body in there, and McKayle's been absolutely clattered by Zuba there. And I wouldn't be surprised that's another yellow card. Racking up these yellow cards, aren't they?
He's pretty quick to hand them out, the referee. I mean, it's been sort of one big tackle and you're in. No grace there at all for the players.
No.
But I mean, that's a little harsh.
I think looking at it in the first time out, I thought he maybe kicked him high up, but I don't know if that's a yellow card. I think he's bought that. Zuba's a bit unlucky there. He'll be booked for that. I mean, you can tell he's not happy. Or getting some instructions there as Yearly gets some treatment. He has got something in the nose, so maybe he did get caught higher.
I mean, I think you're running the risk any time your foot comes up that high. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's the only sort of other side I would say to it, from the referee's perspective. If it does go up and you don't win the ball, then it can be done as dangerous play.
Right, exactly. Just waiting to get back underway.
I mean, we were talking about, I think we mentioned Christoph Baumgartner earlier, and he's been someone that's really been a nice addition to Hoffenheim. I mean, he's come through from the second team, and he's been outstanding. I think a few clubs might be kicking themselves for not having noticed him earlier. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. Yeah,
I am talking about Baumgartner. He's only 20. 6 goals and 4 assists this season in the Bundesliga, so he's definitely had an impact. And in the game against Cologne after the restart, it was all down to him. 2 goals and 1 assist in that 3-1 win. This is Werner. Olmo to Werner, back to Werner. Werner can't get on the. It was a decent effort by Olmo to find Werner, but I think it took a deflection, and it goes into Baumann's arms, who rolls it out and finds Posch. Posch drives it forward, seeking out Baumgartner, who puts Halsenberger under pressure and has deemed to have fouled his man, but it was a loose touch from Halsenberger.
I think what we're seeing there is some of what Olmo I think is best at. We're seeing his playmaking from the central areas where he can be so dangerous, and we've seen him score goals, but he's so much more than a goal-scoring player. He's also outstanding when he's running at players as well. Very skillful individual. We'll hopefully see a bit more of that as the game progresses.
This is Campbell giving the ball away poorly, trying to find Lima, who moved further forward. Ball's back with Baumann. Yeah, definitely. As I say, almost his 2 finishes have been brilliant, but he's popped up everywhere so far. Leipzig, he really looks a dangerous player.
And I think he's an example of what can happen if a player decides to move away from the limelight and continue their progression at a good side in a league maybe not as watched, like we saw with his move to Zagreb.
Yeah, definitely, yeah, and because he played. I mean, I was having a look. He played Champions League football for Zagreb. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was playing. Mm-hmm. He got to play against the top European sides.
Absolutely.
And Leipzig picked him up.
And yeah, he was able to get regular football compared to, I mean, getting regular football coming out of La Masia at Barcelona is just such a hard thing to do. So it's good for him to go away to Zagreb, get regular minutes, get Champions League football, as you say. And now he's made a transition into a top 5 league. And I would be surprised to see him remain at Leipzig his whole career.
This is Kadramarek finds Dabor. Trying to find Rudy. Well, it was Geiger, and Geiger's made the foul, I believe. What have you made of Dabor so far? I think he seems willing to drop deep, and he's also he had that one header, but apart from that, I feel he's having a physical battle, isn't he, with the Leipzig centre backs?
I think he's doing the best that he can. He's getting a little isolated at times, perhaps a little sloppy looking after the ball, but I mean, you can see he's got a natural goal scoring instinct, certainly, but hasn't quite worked out for him today so far.
No. Michieli there with a really loose touch, and luckily Sabitzer was bundled to the floor because he put his teammate in a lot of pressure there with a pretty bad touch. Hoffenheim made the foul. and Leipzig have the chance to regroup. They get on with it quickly. Klostermann finds Campbell into Mukiele. Campbell, who was at Borussia Dortmund, but that move didn't exactly work for him. Here's Zuber. Zuber takes too long on the ball, and Mukiele does well to win it back off him. This is Rudy, who's to the floor. I think the referee's going to finally give up free kick there. We're going to play on. We're going to play on. Rudy battling, finds Kajabarek. Kajabarek to the byline, gets this cross in, and Halsenberg heads it away. I had no idea what was going on there. It looked like Kajabarek and Rudy were fighting for the same ball.
Yeah, a bit of a lack of consistency from the referee, to be honest with you. I mean, I think either of those challenges there could have been down as a foul, but there we go.
It looked like he was going to blow his whistle, but then he seemed as if just because Rudy came away with the ball, he thought he.
But then one of them just seemed to body check Lima aggressively.
Geiger doesn't beat the first man, headed away, and Zuber wins that header. And Rudy back to Geiger. Geiger's got a chance to get across. It's a really good low ball. Galashki comes back out to Baumgartner, who hits a shot straight at Galashki. And can Leipzig get it away there? Certainly, and I think it's going to be a free kick, foul. Leipzig survive. What a beautiful ball in that was by Geiger. It was in that that classic corridor of uncertainty for the goalkeeper and the defenders. But and then it came back out to Baumgartner and he just hit it straight at the keeper.
Yeah, huge chance. So I'm just laughing at Mukiele getting in the wars.
Yeah, Mukiele's had a rough fare.
He's like someone from Home Alone or something. Just constantly getting hurt.
Yeah, that ball in by Geiger was superb, and Galashki did well to get a hand on it, and then it came back out to Baumgartner, who just had it. Well, he just had it first time, didn't he? And
that'd be
just rebounded. Yeah,
even though the keeper, and perhaps they might have got one back there.
Yeah, Hoffenheim have had their chances, as we say. They had. I mean, if you just tuned in, they did have a penalty that was overturned by VAR for handball. It was going to be given the Voss a crossbar, and then they've just had that chance as well. And Leipzig have just been clinical, really.
Ball that's it. That's the difference between the two of them, really. I think.
Totally. Galashki telling everyone to calm down. Have had the chances. We're 6 minutes or so away from half time. It is Hoffenheim 0, Leipzig 2. Galashki rolls the ball out to Halsenberg. He plays it back to Galashki. Osterman, Mukiele, into Campbell. Hoffenheim putting a high press on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to win that ball back as high as possible. These are the times where they can carve them open. They'll look at how easy they're able to bypass the first line and progress the ball. But
Samaseko missed an important interception there because, as you were saying, they were carving through them. But they come again. Sabitzer has a lot of time and space. He's driving forward. He's got Mukiele with him. He slots the ball over to the back post. To even have the vision to try that is something pretty impressive, but it just couldn't execute it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, and Hoffenheim haven't been pressing high the whole game, so I can only presume it's something that Marcel Rapp has just got them doing. But I personally feel that, particularly with the double pivot, Leipzig are a very press-resistant side.
I think Baumgartner wants a foul, but he gets on, carries on with it, and Sabitzer comes away with the ball for Leipzig, and it's going to throw into that. As I said, Sabitzer missed the last game with injury, and even Nagelsmann said in his press conference that he was a doubt, but he's made the return to captain the side. He's had a good season as well, hasn't he, Sabitzer? 9 Bundesliga goals, 16 in all competitions so far. Has Nagelsmann improved him, or is it just Sabitzer's natural progression?
I'd say a bit of both. I mean, he is an outstanding talent. He can, again, another player that is very versatile. He can play as your holding midfielder almost, but I mean more as a box-to-box ball progressor. He can play as an attacking midfielder. He can really play on the wing. I would go as far as suggest that he could possibly even play as a false 9. He's a very intelligent player. He's outstanding. He gets goals. He gets assists. His quality in the ball is fantastic. He would be a huge addition to any elite side.
Geiger whips this in. It's cleared just by Samaseko and Heleno. Flicked on by Kajabarek, and then Schick there to clear for Leipzig, but he loses the ball. Little dinked ball through by Posh. Kajabarek to the byline, pulls it back. Here's Karkic, and I think if that had been maybe not their centre-back, you'd probably think that's a better chance than it's gone down as, but instead it was the centre-back who was just swung a boot at it and got it all wrong.
I mean, that's a difficult shot to take on. Yeah. If it bounces before you hit it and it's on the rise, it's very difficult from that angle to get your body over the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's difficult technique for even a striker there. So for the centre back to be just having a go at that, it's difficult. But as you were saying about Sabitzer, he's clearly he got the assist before as well. That intelligent header and header back. But I mean, looking at that, I was even looking at how many talented players Austria have, and I always wonder why they don't do better with some of the players they have.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, and they've got I wouldn't necessarily say a golden generation,
No.
but I would say they have got a couple of very, very talented individuals right now.
I mean, I'm just thinking of some off the top of my head. Alaba, for example. Sabitzer, Lima's Austrian as well. The Wolfsburg centre-back who I'm not going to mention.
Pongracic.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, with the Red Bull Group starting in Salzburg, I would say the Red Bull Group need to take a bit of credit for the production of Austrian talent in recent years, as well as just talent coming out of Austria in general.
Ball headed away. Yeah, Michele brings it away and he's won the ball high field, and it's just smashed away by Vikarkic there, who didn't fancy see much. But I mean, any Chelsea fans have been watching, maybe thinking Werner's been a bit quiet so far, but he hasn't really been needed to do anything so far, has he?
It's just, I think, as well, it's the threat that he creates by playing on the last man. He's going to create central space for the likes of Sabitzer, Lima, Campbell to get on the ball. We can see that
Lima
getting stretched centrally.
Oh, and here we go. Just as I said that, here's Timo Werner bursting through on goal, and he's absolutely blazed it way over the bar. I have to say, I thought that was Bundesliga goal number 26, and also his 16th away goal of the season. But that is a shocking miss.
I've got my hand over my face there. It's horrendous. I would have bet so much money on him scoring there. That is the sort of chance that Werner just thrives on.
That's
like we said,
that's what I thought as well.
We were just saying it, playing on the last man. There's a central space, drawing Hoffenheim players out, and then he's left by himself, and he couldn't finish.
He's absolutely that is such a bad effort from a player that good. Sorry for any Chelsea fans who are watching. I can assure you his stats tell you that he'll score that 9 times out of 10, and that was just I'm in shock, to be honest, that he missed that. But hey,
he hasn't been on like prolific form in every game since the restart at all. So we haven't really seen the best of him since then. But I mean, we've seen enough from him throughout the season to know what an outstanding player he is.
This is Zuba finds Kajabarek, who's coming in this game a bit more. His pass is deflected though, and Galashi's going to easily pick that up. Yeah, and again that was from the Lima's through ball as well, wasn't it? It was just a lovely first time pass, and Werner was away. Yeah, you have to, as you say, I can't believe he missed.
And they've gone for quite a functional midfield three today as well, with Kunku staying on the bench, and Kunku might normally be playing in the position that Sabitzer is, with Sabitzer slightly deeper.
Yeah.
But they've gone with Sabitzer, and it's worked brilliantly for him today so far.
Ball chipped back towards Baumann, who gets it away, and it's going to run through for Klostermann. There's 3 minutes at a time here. It is Hoffenheim 0, Leipzig 2. It's been a brilliant first half of football, I have to say. 2-0, it could definitely be probably 3-3, to be honest. This is Campbell. Campbell plays it back to Klostermann under a bit of pressure. Mukiele, who I think they have taught. I think I've noticed them that they do. The press is sort of initiated when he gets the ball. Because he has taken a few loose touches this game. This is Mukiele. Now he plays it forward.
I don't know if that was decided before the game, but I mean, it certainly worked that way. And
yeah,
it wasn't that you'd imagine players at this level are intelligent enough to recognise that.
Here's the ball played forward here. This is Rudy, who holds the ball up, and De Boer, the striker, is on the wing. He's looking up. He tries to find the ball to the back post. This is, I believe it's Zuba in the corner. Zuba gets it back across. It's to Rudy. Rudy back to Samaseku. Hits his effort. And it's going to run through to Zuba, who's off.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
He did superbly, Zuba, there I mean, it was after a bad touch to still work a decent cross into the box. That was excellent from him as a recovery.
Yeah, Samaseku's had a few shots, actually, and maybe he's not the man that you want to be on the end of them, considering he hasn't scored all season. And that one, how horribly has he pulled that? That's going well wide.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because, I mean, if he'd taken the touch, would the chance have been there?
Very true.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hoffenheim could still benefit from being a little bit more patient, a little bit more complacent in the final third. I think Rapp will get into the
Schick
half.
wins the flick on. Werner trying to flick the ball over the top there, but he comes out to Angelino. Angelino into Werner. Werner cuts inside on his right foot. Can he create the space for a shot? No, he's going to hold the ball up and he plays a beautiful ball into Schick. Schick in the box trying to find Olmo, and Hoffenheim bring the ball in. It's Grilic. Grilic looking up, plays the ball into. This is Geiger. Geiger got time and space on the ball, driving at Leipzig's defence, and he just is swarmed by the red shirts, and they bring the ball away. And Klostermann hits the ball off the ball, and Leipzig can complete their clearance. Klostermann now plays it down the line, flicked around the corner by Timo Werner, and Schick can't get there. And Samaseko regroups. And I think we're going to be coming towards the end of the half here.
And what we see,
offside there for Geiger.
Patrick Schick is a very sort of, I guess, as traditional at least of a centre forward target man as you'll see. I mean, we saw Val Weghorst play last week for Wolfsburg. Similar to some extent, I think Weghorst is actually better with his feet than Schick.
Yeah.
But Schick is still a player with, given space, he's a good finisher and a big threat from crosses, just area opportunities in general.
Yeah, as I said, just got 3 goals in a row since the last 3 games, so he'd be looking to continue that run, and that is the half-time whistle. So it is Hoffenheim at 0, RB Leipzig 2. I mean, I have to say it could have been very, very different. The Hoffenheim had been given a penalty and De Boer was about to take, but it got brought back by VAR for a handball. And then a minute and a half later, Danny Olmo scored as he danced through the Hoffenheim defence and slotted a lovely finish past Oliver Baumann. And then once again, Olmo, lovely ball played in the back post by Angelino. Sabitzer headed it down, and Olmo, first time, smashed, curled, a beautiful effort past Baumann. And since then, Hoffenheim have hit the crossbar. They've had a couple of shots. Baumgartner hit a shot straight at Golaski, but I think it's just a case of not being clinical enough, isn't it, David?
Yeah, that's definitely been the case of the first half. I've seen a question from Lee on the Hot Mic channel about Dennis Geiger, asking whether he's more suitable as a 6. What do I think of him in his more advanced role? That's a great question, Lee. And I think with Geiger, what we're seeing from him in that 10 role is he's limited in the amount of time he has to dictate play as such. I think you're going to see him. He can score goals, and he's more likely to score goals in that 10 role. But I think you're just losing out on some of his deeper playmaking abilities that you would see in the 6 role. And I think right now that is something that Hoffenheim need. They've got very little penetration for a team that's looking to play quite directly from the back, really. So I wonder if we'll see Geiger drop deeper. I mean, it'd be interesting to see how Hoffenheim come out for the second half.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back soon enough to answer any other questions that you have for David. We'll see you in a bit. Hello and welcome back for the second half. The teams are just coming out. It is Hoffenheim 0, RB Leipzig 2 at half time. What do you think both managers, what do you think he said at half time for both teams?
Well, I think Leipzig will be just more of the same. I think with Hoffenheim, we said I think they're going to make a change in formation. It looks like there's a substitute coming on. I haven't seen who it is, but I'll be interested to see what they do differently, more so than what Leipzig are doing.
Yeah, Leipzig are two. I mean, as you can see, Hoffenheim have come out earlier than Leipzig. They're not out yet. Nagelsmann is though. Yeah, I mean, as I say, Hoffenheim had chances in the first half, but it was just a case of Leipzig were more clinical with theirs.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think who's this coming on? Okay, Robert Skov's coming on for
Skov and Kramaric is coming on.
Okay, so that makes sense. Zuba's coming off, which I think is a little unfair unless they're making a change in formation. Because like I said, I thought Zuba actually showed some glimpses of at least danger in the final third. But yeah, he's been brought off, and Skov is an outstanding attacking talent.
Yep.
But if it's a straight swap where he's playing as a left wing back, I just don't think you're going to see the best of him in that position.
No, I've been saying that Skov's been playing on the wing lately, and that's where a lot of his goals and assists have come from. 4 goals, 6 assists this season for the Danish international. His Denmark record's incredible. I don't know if you've seen it. It's 4 appearances, 3 goals for his country already.
He got an incredible amount of assists last season as well. I actually can't remember, but I'll have to find it and I'll let you know because it's an incredible amount of assists. Hold on. I'll have to have a look.
Well, it looks like Samaseku has come off as well for Hoffenheim, and we're back underway here, and it is Campbell plays it back to Halsenberg, and Halsenberg is going to play it all the way back to Gulaschki. Gulaschki brings the ball out and plays it back into Halsenberg. Halsenberg into Lima. Lima tries to find Angelino, but that's got way too much on it. So yeah, Hoffenheim changes, or Zuba is off, and Robert Skov is on, and Samaseku is off. He was on a yellow card, in fairness, the defensive midfielder, and on comes Andre Kramaric, the Croatian international, who, as I said in the first half, has scored double figures of goals for the last 3 seasons, apart from this one. This is Karkic driving forward with the ball, and he finds, it looks like Skov is playing left back. Skov on the ball now, delivers. It's way too much on that cross, and goes all the way to play for a goal kick, but he already looks like he wants keen on getting forward.
Yeah, it looks like that. I mean, he's coming in as someone who's just going to get that ball and is going to hit those crosses into the likes of Baumgartner, Kramaric, and De Boer. So, I mean, I think we're going to see even more attacks coming from that left flank this half.
Yeah, this is Gulaschki playing the ball out. Hoffenheim pressing really high at the beginning of the second half, and Rikeli's been forced into defensive action, and he's got it away, but Hoffenheim win the ball high up the field as a throw-in. It's a decent position to have a throw-in from. It's quickly taken. It's into Geiger, and Geiger to Skov. This is Karkic. There's Grilic into Skov. Skov through towards Kramaric, who's after it, battling with Campbell, but can't keep that from going out of play. It's a goal kick to Leipzig. You're just tuning in here, 46 minutes, 50 seconds on Hot Mic. Sync up your app with our coverage and hit that like button, hit that share button so we can provide more. And tune in tomorrow as well for Borussia Mönchengladbach and versus Bayern Munich, which should be brought to you by Harry Seymour and Lee Scott. This ball is, it's going to be a free kick there in the centre circle. Olmo taken out by Geiger in the midfield. And we'll get on with it though. Yeah, just a little nudge in the back, wasn't it? Right in front of the referee, so he's never going to get away with that.
Easy foul for the referee to give in that kind of area.
Definitely. It will be Campbell to take out of it. Lays it into Halsenberg. Halsenberg just clears the ball off of Baumgartner. Leipzig don't seem in any rush, and why would they be? They are 2-0 up. Could be more. I have to say, Timo Werner with an absolutely shocking miss. 2-0. 1-on-1. Blazed it high and wide of the crossbar. Ball's going to bounce through to Werner here.
As much as it's been a game of two goals. It's almost been a game defined by its misses. When we've spoken about the Werner one, but I mean those Hoffenheim ones have proven costly as well.
Sabitzer into Lima, back it to Campbell into Angelino, Lima, Sabitzer rolls past his man, squares up Posh, and plays it into Lima. Lima tries to find Werner, but gives it away, and here come Hoffenheim. It's Grilic with the ball, finds Skov bursting forward, gets the ball sort of stuck under his feet. Can he free Baumgartner? No, he can't. It was a good chance for Hoffenheim on the break there, but Skov just got the ball caught on his feet, when if he got it out, maybe he might have been able to find Baumgartner with a better pass. Ball's been played forward and it's Werner. Werner brings it down. Lovely little nutmegs there. This is Sabitzer trying to find Schick. Gets way too much on it and Baumann can collect. And Hoffenheim can start again. Ball played into Kramaric, who's dropped quite deep here to receive the ball. Karkic driving forward. And that's a shocking pass by De Boer. Really poor link-up play and relieves all of the pressure on Leipzig, and they regroup. Sabitzer back to Klostermann. Bonacci into Klostermann. This is Mukiele. Campbell under pressure, high up the field. De Boer's won it. De Boer chips it over towards Rudy, but way too much on that. Hoffenheim have started reasonably well, but they also started the first half well.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't noticed any great structural changes as such. No. It doesn't look like they're having the player dropping in as much, but other than that, I mean, they still seem to be attacking mainly with one behind.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how they change as the game progresses. I need to see a little bit more to decide what they've done differently at the back, but we're still seeing Grilic take sort of similar positions.
Yeah, ball brought down by Olmo here. Olmo finds Werner. Werner tries to get it round Posh and just wins aside a throw in instead. So obviously Hoffenheim have made that double change. Do you think that they'll see if they can get a goal back before they consider any more changes?
Yeah, I mean, it's the next goal is so important in this game.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think if they can get one goal back, then suddenly it's going to be a completely different game. But I mean, if Leipzig get that third, then you'd have to say it's game over.
Ball cleared by Baumann. Angelino wins the header, does well, and finds Werner. Werner tries to find Olmo, but can't quite, and Grilic brings it away. And Skov driving over the halfway line. He's got Kramaric with him. Holds the ball up instead. He finds Geiger, who's found Kramaric, and Skov goes on the overlap. And this is Skov now, in behind. Whips the ball across. There's saved by Golatsky. It was a decent effort by Rudy, but he didn't quite catch it. It was a good ball in by Skov. Driven across, Rudy tried to guide the finish, but sort of hit it in the ground, and Golatsky did what he had to do and palmed it away, but maybe Rudy should be doing better there.
Yeah, I mean, again, and it's another good chance that they haven't been able to take, and these are piling up for Hoffenheim.
Corner is whipped in, headed back across goal by, I think it was Kadrabarek, but Golatsky collects, and now Golatsky drives it forward. It was Olmo trying to roll his man, but he couldn't, and Hoffenheim come again. Ball's played down the line here into Posh, the centre-back, who's trying to take on Mukiele, and Mukiele does well, and then, I mean, I wasn't expecting the centre-back to be up there, but he gave it a good go, didn't he?
Yeah, no, absolutely, and he's actually Posh is an interesting player. I think he is quite aggressive in getting forward. I mean, we've seen him drive forward in the first half in possession. So
this is Mukiele to take this throw in. Edging forward. Lima goes up, loses the header. It's played all the way back to Baumann, who's well outside of his goal. Plays it across to Posh. Posh under some pressure though, and does well. 2 tackles, but Leipzig have won the ball high field. Here is Werner, squares it across to Angelino, and that is 3-0. Or was it going to be offside?
Yeah,
offside.
I think it might have been Werner rather than Angelino, but I mean, we'll see in a second.
sayings, but that was again, Hoffenheim lost the ball, high upfield, the ball's played through to Timo Werner, could have went alone, but he squared it at Angelino.
Yeah, I mean,
VAR.
Werner had no reason to be offside there.
No.
He had so much space centrally, and again, yet another example of Leipzig being so dangerous on that transition.
And as you say, Werner, he was unselfish, squared it at Angelino, but brought back for offside. But yeah, again, that was all from Hoffenheim losing the ball high upfield. And Leipzig had 5-6 red shirts forward. It's a dangerous place to lose the ball. Here's Olmo finds Sabitzer. But Hoffenheim win the ball back, and Skov, who's already made an impact on this second half. Osterman finds Lima, comes back off the referee, which means by the new rules it's brought back.
So what do they do here, Jack? You can tell me. Is it a drop ball?
I think it's a drop ball, yeah. I believe that's what it is. If it's the referee now, it's a drop ball. Obviously, Lima's not happy about because Leipzig were away.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, drop ball. It just gets...
I don't think the Hoffenheim players could believe their luck there.
No, I don't think they could, because they were massively exposed on this left side. Velashki drives the ball forward, headed away by Posh, and then Lima heads it to Angelino. Angelino closed down by Kadrabarek, who chips the ball forward, and then Helsingborg hooks it clear. Grilic wins the header, and then this is Sabitzer. Can't find Werner though. Kadrabarek has time and space, gives the ball away. So going to be a foul, late tackle by Lima. He'd probably be quite happy about Kadrabarek there because he did give the ball away. It's just a late challenge. Easy decision for the referee.
And has Lima been booked, Jack? Because he's made a few fouls like that to prevent the transition. And if he is, he needs to be very careful.
No, I don't think Lima has been booked, actually. Grilic. Time and space. Tries to pick up Kadrabarek, and Lino gets his body in the way, shoves Kadrabarek out of play, and heads the ball back to Galashki. Plays the ball forward, and this is Schick. Can't win his header by Karkic, who brings the ball away for Hoffenheim. Grilic. Time and space. Looks up, finds Geiger. Kadrabarek carries the ball forward for Hoffenheim. Lima on him, holds him up. Getting stuck in there. Campbell comes back to Kadrabarek, and someone's going to be a yellow card for someone there. Someone smashed the ball away. Geiger's fouled. Karkic wants some sort of punishment handed out. See what happens here. I want a yellow card. I think it's a bit hard.
Yeah, I mean, it was late though. I mean, I think the more you watch it, the worse it actually gets, to be fair.
Very true, yeah. But they're having by the looks of it, they're just giving the free kick. It's a decent position for a free kick. So it's going to be Skov to take. Dangerous. You can get the in swinger here. Skov delivers. Doesn't beat the first man. Rudy smashes it back in. Velashki goes up, grabs it, and it looks like Baumgartner's. It looks nasty for Baumgartner, I have to say. He's went in to try and compete with the goalkeeper, and he's landed awkwardly. He's in a lot of pain, the young Austrian.
I mean, I'll say this though, throughout the game, he has been a culprit for milking any kind of contact.
Yeah. There's not a lot in it. Really. Oh, he's got a knee in the back, I suppose. That's what it looks like. He's fine.
He's making as much of it as possible.
Yeah. You're just tuning in on Hot Mic. It is the 57th minute. Tune in on your coverage and then sync up with your TV. And then you can listen to us. It is Hoffenheim 0, RB Leipzig 2. This is Werner. Holds the ball up, finds Campbell. Angelino into Olmo, who's trying to get it around the corner, but it's cleared away. And away comes Baumgartner. Baumgartner, can he find blue shirt? No, he can't. And has he been fouled? think he's given away the free kick actually in the end.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I need to almost see that one again. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
No, it might have been handball because the ball bounced away from him.
Mm-hmm.
But as I say, I'm not entirely sure. But this is Helsingborg. Helsingborg plays it back to Gulaschki. In a lot slower the second half than the first half so far.
Yeah, and what we're seeing from the Hoffenheim press here is they're trying to press narrow, but Leipzig are immediately playing wide.
Werner cuts inside. Grilic holds him up. Werner back to Angelino. Angelino chips the ball to the back post. McKeely goes in, wins the header. Oh, just wide of the far post. But as we were just saying, as the game was slowing down, Leipzig instantly sprang into action and created a good opportunity.
But it all comes from breaking that Hoffenheim press. Hoffenheim are pressing with a 2 and a 2, and unfortunately, as soon as the ball is worked laterally, Leipzig are able to bypass that and play centrally, and it's all too easy for them, and they're getting forward so quickly from it, taking out 4 players very quickly.
Skov and Hoffenheim looked to rebuild, but as you say, that was it all just came from, and there's a Kramrich play in deep. Kramrich can't find his man, and Olmo tries to bring the ball away. Skov wins the ball back for Hoffenheim. That's a good tackle from Lima. The ball's going to run through for Timo Werner. Werner into the box, tries to square it for Schick. Good defending by Karkic there, because it would have been a tap in for Schick, and Hoffenheim rebuild. Really waving men forward, but that was played sideways to Posh. It looks like we're going to see Bebu.
And there's been flashes from Werner today, but I mean, it's just not quite worked for him.
Yeah.
He's had some nice passes, some nice ideas, but there's been a lack of any real quality from him.
Skov delivers in. Dabur wins the header, but it would have been really difficult to generate enough power to score from there. But he got it on target, and we've got someone's gone down for Leipzig. Looks like it is Lima who was down injured. Don't actually know what happened. I didn't see what happened to him. Might just be cramp, to be honest.
I think it might be that man on the screen there, Dabur, who's going to come off for Bebu.
Yeah.
I think that's a likely switch there.
Yeah, I can see that. Bebu's got 4 Bundesliga goals this season. Looks like we are going to see Christopher Nkunku as well. Nkunku, yes, indeed we are. Incredible buy from PSG last summer. 15 Bundesliga assists this season for the man who Arsenal wanted to sign last January, but ended up signing Denis Suarez instead. So probably one of Unai Emery's bigger mistakes as his time as Gunners boss. That is the end of Lima.
Fair to say that one didn't work out.
No, definitely not. So we are going to see Nkunku, who incredibly got 4 assists in one game against Schalke. As I said, 15 Bundesliga assists. And Bebu was on, and let's see if you were right. It was Dabur who went off. Bebu can't play anywhere across the front line. And it looks like you were indeed right. I cannot see Dabur on the field. So Bebu was on. Looks like he's gone to the left wing though at the moment. Ball's played forward. Schick tries to win the header, and Nkunku trying to get involved straight away. Kadrabarek plays it forward. Headed away by Helsingborg. Nkunku to Sabitzer. Loose touch by Sabitzer, and Hoffenheim regroup. The Karkic, left-footed, terrible ball, but doesn't run for a red shirt, and Kadrabarek has a chance to get forward for Hoffenheim, and this is Skov, who's come onto the right wing now by the looks of it, doesn't it? Skov.
Yeah, it looks like what they're doing with Bebu coming on and playing as a left wing back almost. They're going to have these inverted wing backs cutting in onto the left from the right side and the right from the left side.
Olmo battling well, wins the ball, and Campbell finds Nkunku, and he has time and space. He finds McKeely on the right side, squares up Bebu and comes back inside and gives the ball away, and Kadrabarek comes away with it now. Nice turn by Rudy, and that is foul by Campbell. And that could be the yellow card that Hoffenheim were asking for before for Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
We will see. Considering the referee was very quick to get his yellow cards out in the first half, he hasn't really done the same in the second half.
Yeah, it's been a far more reserved performance from him in this half.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like that was the yellow card either, because the way it's playing on here is Bebu dances past McKeely into the box. Good tackle by Klosterman though. But maybe they've targeted McKeely as maybe one of the weak links in the Leipzig defence? Because as I say, first half he did have a few dodgy moments, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's been an odd performance from him, and not one that I expected to see. I
No.
don't see him as a pressing target, but we spoke about it in the first half, or I think maybe the beginning of this half. And yeah, he has been an issue for them both defensively and on the ball. I mean, although he did get the assist for the first goal.
He did get the assist for the first goal, exactly, yeah. That was a poor corner by Geiger. He didn't beat the first man, and Hoffenheim regroup instead. It's Grilic into Posch. Posch finds Kajabarek and Nalino straight on him and is forced to give away, but Hoffenheim collect the ball. Here's Rudy, finds Skov looking to cut on that left foot. Skov creates the space for the shot, drives it towards the near post. Galashki gets down and makes a more comfortable save than what that could have been, really.
But that's what you're going to see from him cutting in from this side. He's going to cut onto his favoured left foot and he's going to take these shots. I think Rappers just realised they need to start getting shots on target. They haven't had enough. And so, I mean, this is their attempt.
Ball's bounced through to Werner here. Werner pulls it back. There is Olmo for the hat-trick. And he just didn't connect with it properly at all. It was a good pull back by Werner on his left foot, Olmo, and he's just slid it quite far wide in the end. But that was the chance for the hat-trick there for the Spaniard. Regroup, Grich. Can they pull a goal back and get into this game? Kajabarek finds Geiger. Geiger turns. Finds Barkic, who in turn finds Bebu. It's 1-on-1 against McKaylee, but plays it back into Baumgartner. Baumgartner drives the ball over across the Kajabarek, but Annalino was there. It's a good defensive header, and here's Nkunku. Nkunku brings the ball away for Leipzig. Carrying the ball forward. A throw-in. So 65 minutes out, Hoffenheim 0, RB Leipzig 2. I think Hoffenheim are going to probably have to get a goal soon, aren't they, if they're going to make a game of this?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a huge amount more that Rapp can do without completely changing the system, which is something that I'm not a great fan of. I mean, he has made attacking substitutions. I mean, they have had the chances. There's not a huge amount you can do as a coach in these instances.
It's Bebu trying to get past McKaylee. He got past him once, but then it was a brilliant recovery tackle. But then Sabitzer gives the ball away, and Bebu has a chance to reset the attack for Hoffenheim. It's back with Grilic. Carries the ball forward and pulls it back to Posch.
Now, we spoke about Schroeder earlier leaving,
yes.
And I think that was one that surprised us. But I mean, I don't think there'll be lots of clubs queuing up to bring him in. But nevertheless, I think he's still a respected coach. But his next job, he is going to have to nail because regardless of his reputation, he has to get the next one right.
Campbell finds Olmo to the back post. Werner heads it back across. Is it going to drop for Nkunku? Nkunku holds it up, plays it back out to Olmo. Olmo looking to get the ball into the box, floats it to the back post. Way too much on that. Werner's not going to get there. But yeah, fair, I think that's a fair point on Schroeder, I think.
And for those of you who don't know Schroeder, I mean, he was the assistant manager at Ajax as well. I mean, he was assistant, I believe, under Nagelsmann at Hoffenheim in Nagelsmann's spell as well. So he's been around the block.
Yeah. Looks like we're going to be seeing two Leipzig changes. I believe that was Tyler Adams and it looked like the Everton loanee Adolfo Muller-Luckman. But here's Bebu in behind. He's made a bit of an impact on this game, Bebu, so far. Certainly looks a willing runner and willing to get in behind. I think he's won his side a corner as well. That is the substitution indeed. We're seeing Patrick Schick go off, so no goal for Schick, and also Kevin Campbell is going off. So as I said, Schick had scored 3 goals in the previous 3 games, but he won't be continuing that run. A bit quiet today, Schick in fairness. Also, Hoffenheim bringing on Brun Larsen. What do you expect to see from Luckman and Tyler Adams?
Well, I mean, so Luckman has had limited minutes this season, so I don't expect to see him at Leipzig next season, whether that's as a transfer or as a loan. I just don't see him doing that. Tyler Adams can play right back, but he is a defensive midfielder naturally, and I think he'll just slide in there, exact same role that we saw Campbell in. No real structural change there, but I'm interested to see what Luckman can do for the rest of this game. I think it's a nice idea for Nagelsmann to bring him on, but possibly suggest that he sees this game almost as done.
Yeah, Fair enough. Yeah, that's. It looks like he's joined. I mean, at the moment, out of possession, looks like he's sort of up front with Werner. This is Lookman, and he straight away made a foul, I think.
Yeah, and I mean that's not the position that we know Lookman in playing in from his brief time in the Premier League. But I mean, if I'm a Premier League team, particularly with limited funds this summer,
Yeah,
that's an easy bring in on loan to get Lookman in and get him regular game time.
Ball played out to Kadrabarek, who does find Rudy. And Annalino wins the ball back for Leipzig, and this is Werner. Werner, poor giveaway though. Rudy to the byline, whips it across, and Klostermann gets there ahead of Brun Larsen. But a pretty poor pass from Werner there to give Rudy the chance to deliver the ball in the box.
Yeah, another example of just not great quality from Werner with that final ball in this game.
It's going to be a corner to Hoffenheim. They're preparing to take taking short to Geiger. Geiger to Skov. Geiger here, chance to deliver. Drills it across. It's Brun Larsen. Brun Larsen to Posch. And Posch flicks a left leg out at it. And flicks it wide of the far post. Perhaps should have done better. We'll see here. Comes into it from Skov. He just tries to flick it into the far corner. Takes a deflection, in fairness. Just an instinctive effort there, wasn't it, from Posch?
Yeah. I mean, like we said, they are a threat from these kind of areas, but again, lacking quality once more. That's really been the theme of the game.
Is Angelino. Angelino keeps it in. Werner lets it run, and then it looks like surely Posch. Well, he certainly thinks he is. Maybe Posch was just covering the run instead. Either way, the referee didn't say anything wrong with it, and Hoffenheim can start again. Ball chipped forward, runs through to Rudy. This is Brun Larsen into Kadrabarek. Kadrabarek with Skov on the overlap into Brun Larsen. Brun Larsen to the byline, pulls it back across, headed wide by Kramaric. Would have been a difficult header that. Yeah, he would have had to grow quite a bit more to make a proper contact with it. I mean, a run from Brun Larsen though.
Yeah, definitely, and he's a talented individual, and it was surprising to see Dortmund let him go. But I think he just wanted regular football. But that was the first time in I think the second half that we've seen Hoffenheim use those centre backs out wide to hit the central areas, which is something that they were trying to do in the first half, and they seem to have abandoned mostly in the second half.
Yeah, definitely, and as I say, it was nice to get in the byline. It was good by Brun Larsen, and then Kramaric, he just couldn't grow enough to make a proper contact with it. Hoffenheim, certainly, the subs have made a difference for Hoffenheim, though, I have to say. Skov finds Bebu. Bebu to drive inside. Plays it back to Geiger. This is Kadrabarek. This is Skov. Skov facing up Angelino. Comes onto his left foot, delivers it into the box. Klostermann gets there ahead of Bebu and clears. Big header from by Bekarkic. Geiger flicks it back to Posch.
I think what we're seeing as well from Hoffenheim is there are some nice ideas there. They have some good individual talents. It just feels a little unbalanced as a side.
Yeah.
And there doesn't feel like a great deal of potency or firepower going forward. So I mean, whoever comes in as the permanent manager, there's some clear areas to fix, but it's not like they need a complete overhaul. I think they just need to readdress what they have and where they're best suited.
That was a foul there on Grilic. In a dangerous position, Werner and Nkunku swarmed on him, but Nkunku, little tap at the ankles, wasn't it? And it was a foul, but
I think that was Lookman on the foul. But I mean, again, that was one of those ones where I think you want your player trying to win the ball back, but they've let him out too easily there. He was in real trouble. He had a player either side of him, no obvious pass on, and I think you can see Nagelsmann's not overly happy with that.
No, definitely aren't. To give the ball away again, Leipzig, second half, they really haven't been at it at all, but Hoffenheim have not punished them. It's Angelino. Angelino plays it down the line, seeking out the run of Olmo, but that's going to run through for Baumann. 73 minutes near enough here. Hoffenheim 0, RB Leipzig 2. Can Hoffenheim get back into the game? They find Bebu. Can he do anything? He finds Kramaric. Kramaric dances past Tyler Adams and plays it back into Bebu, but Bebu's tackled by McKeely, and it's going to be a throw-in to.
And Bebu's actually had a lively game.
Definitely.
He's come on. You would normally, I think his best position is as a right winger, but I mean, he looks relatively dangerous there. He's not a wing back who's going to defend,
No.
but I don't think Rapp's overly concerned about that right now.
No, definitely not. But he's certainly given McKaylee something to think about, like, isn't he? And he has looked dangerous that odd occasion. He's willing to run in behind as well.
But I mean, that's poor, for example.
Yeah.
There's no need to rush that kind of pass. That was aimless. Bebu was sat deep there, and it's not like the forward who shifted over into the half space was going to make that kind of run in there either. So just a little bit more patience from Hoffenheim. That's disappointing. And I know Rapp will be disappointed with that as well.
Definitely. And I just say it just gives Leipzig the chance just to, regroup, get men forward. Galashki's going to take this long. It's played forward. Olmo goes up for the header, and then Kunku's battling there. And then it's a late challenge by Kunku, and that is a yellow card, pretty obvious yellow card for the man who was signed from PSG last summer. It's a bad tackle. Yeah, nasty on Kadrabarek there.
Yeah, and I mean, I think this game has actually had a fair bit of unnecessary dirtiness at times.
Yeah, that's definitely
in it, and I don't know. There's some previous between some of the players, but some of them have looked a little bit unnecessary at times.
Only thing I think that was me because Nagelsmann obviously was Hoffenheim boss, so.
I mean, he certainly doesn't want to lose in these games. Certainly not. But I think he left Hoffenheim in very good terms. I mean, Hoffenheim wanted to finish out the season despite the fact that it was announced like 6 months before he joined Leipzig that that's where he was going. So
looks like we're going to be seeing Ibrahima Conte as well any minute. I just saw him getting ready to come on. So obviously that's just Nagelsmann saying, right, 15 minutes to go, we've got a 2-0 lead. That's just time to really close out the game, I feel.
I think with the players that he's got on the pitch as well, he can easily change into a back three.
Yeah.
Which is what Konate coming on might do. I wonder if he'll bring. Well, I mean, he's already changed. He's already obviously brought Lima and Campbell off, correct?
Yeah.
So.
Lima and Campbell have gone off, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if he'll change the middle again. So maybe it might just be a straight swap for a centre back.
Yeah. Well, looking at it there, looks like Tyler Adams, Sabitzer, and Nkunku is the midfield at the moment.
Okay, it might be Sabitzer then. He might bring Sabitzer off, and I don't know. I'm not sure what he's planning on doing with Nagelsmann. You're never quite sure.
This is Posh carrying the ball on the halfway line, but then ends up playing it back to Grilic. Plays it to Ikakic. Is it back to Baumann? Hoffenheim don't seem to be any real urgency at the moment.
We've got them pressing in a very structured 4-3-3 there.
Yeah, that's Kadrabarek into Rudy Geiger forward to Kramaric picked up a good position here and finds Bebu, who's coming onto this other side, and he's offside needless offside there, and that just kills all the momentum.
Right, I'm going to stick my neck out here and say he's going to bring Sabitzer off, and he's going to put Konate in as part of a back three.
Well, you are indeed right. Sabitzer's going off.
There you go.
Konate's coming on, and the other one is Amadou Haidara as well. Looking like he's going to be coming on.
I would imagine now he'll bring him on for Werner.
And it's Olmo. It's Olmo coming off. So no hat trick for Olmo, but he's done his job, hasn't he?
Two
beautiful goals.
He had a very quiet second half, though.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, you're right. 2 excellent goals, and and just a sign of what he can do. I think next season will be a real big season for Olmo, and I don't see Leipzig looking to do a straight replacement for Werner. I think you're likely to see them play possibly one up top with Olmo playing on the left-hand side, or maybe on Kunku.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean they are losing Werner, but looking at the talent they have in their team, they should be okay. This is Werner in behind. Werner into the box, gets the cross back to Haidara. Gets his first touch of the ball here. Plays it into Luckman. Luckman looking to shoot. Luckman's horribly sliced it and fell over at the same time, but can Werner keep it in? Play, no, Kadrabara gets there first, plays it off Werner. There's a battle going on in the corner, but Werner's done brilliantly to win the ball back for his team and then give it away. And then Geiger's also given it away, and Leipzig have a chance to regroup. It's Tyler Adams. It is Haidara. Back to Adams. American international Adams. Back into Angelino. Adams. Angelino, straight off play.
We're talking about them, they've got so much talent, but obviously they have the ability to move players around quite easily with the Red Bull group. And the one who's really stood out for me, particularly in the second half of the season, has been Patson Daka at Salzburg, who's got 22 goals in 24 games this season. I think ideally they'd like to keep him at Salzburg for another year or two, but he's progressing so quickly. He's one to watch.
He is Lookman. Finds Idara, who really gets his pass horribly wrong, and is cleared by Hoffenheim. Finds Kadrabarek into Rudy Bebu. Back to Geiger instantly swarmed upon and fouled. Yeah, 10 minutes to go. Hoffenheim 0, RB Leipzig 2. It's not a great result for Hoffenheim because Wolfsburg won last weekend to take that 6th position, the last Europa League spot. So obviously playing on Friday, they might have saw it as a chance to nudge back ahead, but it doesn't look like that's going to be happening tonight. Geiger finds Arkic, who tries forward, and his pass is deflected away and held up, played off. Oh, Nagelsmann's furious with the linesman. Wonder what that's about. He's not happy, Nagelsmann. He is really angry. It's something. I'm not sure what it is, but he's really angry at something.
One of my favourite things about the Bundesliga is that you see the managers wearing very casual wear on the side.
Yeah.
And it always cracks me up imagining someone like Steve Bruce wearing a pair of Crocs and jeans.
Oh, the ball's run through here. It's pulled back across by Brun Larsen and cleared by Tyler Adams. Straight off play, but I don't know how that went through all of them Leipzig defenders, but luckily for them, Adams was there to clear the danger as it was pulled back into the area. And we're seeing another substitution for Hoffenheim. See who's coming on. A minute, it looks like it could be Geiger going off. He's certainly off the field.
I think the 5 substitutions as well has made sure that injuries have been kept relative to a minimum, which is fantastic to see, and I'm glad to see the Premier League are doing it. But I mean, we spoke about the negatives last time. We commentated on how teams were using to kill the game, but admittedly, we haven't really seen it today. It hasn't affected the flow too much.
No, it hasn't. It's Akpog who's come on, and this is Grilic in the box, cleared away, and Adams can bring it away for Leipzig. Chipped ball over towards Haidara. Can he get there? Kramaric does well. Wins the ball back for Hoffenheim. Probably should have done better there. Leipzig, they had a 3-on-3 for a minute. This is Akpoguma, who's gone straight into that centre-back role. By the looks of it, that means Grilic has moved into midfield. It's played into Kadrabarek. Loses the ball. Angelino brings it away. Adams tries to find Werner. Cleared. Grilic looks up. Right-footed. Chips the ball over the top. Headed away by Konate. And Adams finds Idara. Cuts inside. Nice turn. Finds Adams. He's got time and space to carry the ball forward for Leipzig. Can he find a man? Adams drifts past one. Finds Lookman. Lookman pulls it back across. Werner not going to reach it. He picked the ball up. Again, he's got Adams with him. Werner into the box. Looking to square up Posh. Takes it to the byline. Hits it back across goal. And Baumann sticks out an arm. Arms it away and then picks it up. It just hasn't happened for Werner tonight, has it?
No, not quite.
Adrabara carrying the ball over the halfway line. Finds Brun Larsen. Looks up. In towards Brun Larsen again. Grilic. Brun Larsen. To Rudy. And Brun Larsen turns. And plays it across to Grilic, who lines up the effort and blasts it high, wide, and not very handsome. A bit of desperation there, do you think? having a shot from, 35 yards when there was a lot of men forward.
Yeah, totally that. And that's the sort of thing that would drive your manager insane.
Yeah. Just relieves all the pressure, doesn't it? It's just I can't even think of what the odds will be, 1 in whatever 100 of one of them will fly into the top corner, but just seems a bit of desperation, really.
Yeah, that will have an XG of about 0.001.
There we go. Galacci with the goal kick played forward, and Angelino sees it out of play. And he'll happily take his time over this. Impressive night, Angelino. Got a lot of crosses in, got forward well, but he's also doing his defensive duties pretty well. But I think, as you say, he definitely looks better. He definitely looks better playing as a left wing back rather than a left back. Werner. It's going to drop for Nkunku, who's got time and space and chips the ball over the top for Werner. Werner been very willing to run in behind all night. Pulls it back to Nkunku, dances past one and hits it straight at Baumann with some lovely skill, and then he won the ball back brilliantly. And he pulls it back into Haidara. Haidara has a total air shot at the ball. Oh, God, that was...
For a game of pretty good quality across the board, that was very out of character.
Yeah, Konate brings the ball away. That was just... No, it is no word for it. Ball played for by Golashki. Back in towards Luckman, who brings it down brilliantly. That's superb control by the Everton loan man. And he's got Werner with him, and he finds Werner. And Werner has time and space, and he finds Luckman. And Luckman tries to squeeze it through Baumann's legs. And Baumann spreads himself big, and he's been really busy in the last few minutes, Baumann, hasn't he? Did a couple of decent saves.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting that Lookman went for the placement there. Baumann covered his angles incredibly well there, and he was at a real sort of a close angle to take that shot.
It was brilliant skill and control by Lookman to create that chance when he brought it down on his chest, and I suppose that's what he can do, but they just haven't seen enough of it yet. Well, certainly Everton haven't seen enough of it, and as you say, this season he's not played enough for Leipzig. This is Adams.
Well, I think isn't he? I think he made the permanent move to Leipzig. I believe he was loaned to Leipzig last season and made the permanent move in the summer, and it hasn't quite worked out.
Yeah, here is Werner. Werner pulls it, trying to get it across. Oh, he's fired it across the face of goal, and I don't know if Baumann's got a touch on it or not, but Werner's nearly scored from an impossible angle there. It was a lovely pass by Werner there for the Lookman chance, actually. Just gone for the slip through the legs, but can't quite get it. Oh, back to Nkunku, who we've just seen some players there. Nkunku with some skill to create that without opportunity. Baumann's been a busy man. Yeah, as you say, I think you were saying that Lookman would be an easy loan move for a lot of Premier League clubs, and with what we're expecting to happen to club finances, in the next transfer window, I think you are right. It would be interesting to see him in the Premier League at some point. Back in the Premier League.
Yeah, definitely.
Just having Brun Larson do Golashki's shoelaces up. As the clock ticks away for Hoffenheim, it looks like Leipzig are going to hang on for a nice 2-0 win for them. That's a cynical foul in the corner there. McKaylee's happy enough to get straight back up his feet, but Grilic just probably a bit of frustration, to be honest. Just taking the Frenchman out. Chance for Nkunku to add to his 15 Bundesliga assists this season, though. Is he going to leave it for Angelino? Looks like he's going to leave it for Angelino.
That comes under preference. I think I prefer that angle, but they play quick.
Yeah, they've taken it short. It's back with Nkunku. Nkunku floats it to the back post, headed away. It's going to drop for Lookman. Lookman looks up, plays the ball, gives it away. Haidara has time and space, hits a shot. Oh, that's a really good effort from Haidara after a few minutes ago having a total air shot from just inside the box. He's had to go from 25 yards there. Got a really good whip and bend on it, and Baumann's clawed it away from the top corner. Good save by the German international goalkeeper there.
Yeah, good technique from Baumann, and again, one of those shots that you would expect to save from that kind of distance. But nevertheless, good to see Haidara taking the shot on. He was given the space, so why not? Particularly when you're 2-0 up.
David Werner finds Haidara to Lookman. Haidara to Werner. Werner, little back heel, finds Luckman. And then it's back with Tyler Adams. Leipzig just looking to see this one out now. As I said, we're in the 88th minute, time's ticking away, and it's Konate driving forward with the ball. Finds Michele, brings the ball inside. That is Luckman. Nkunku, time, space, leaves it to Michele, finds Werner. Werner, little chop, little reverse through ball, through to Nkunku. That would have been a lovely, lovely move. Just not quite, couldn't quite reach it. Nkunku and Konate is just headed straight out to play for a corner. Hoffenheim have a corner out of, well, it's a long goal kick played forward. I'm just slow at getting their men forward as they look for anything desperately. Towards the end, in the last game that they played, Leipzig won 3-1, and Lukaku did score in the 89th minute to get a consolation. Ball whipped in, played away by Rudy, drops to Grilic. Grilic is wiped out on the edge of the box, and this is a free kick in a good position. Is this for Skov? Do you think it looks like it's?
Yeah,
looks like a good position for Skov, I have to say.
I would imagine that Skov will be over this. I mean, yeah, I think Skov is over. Who else is there?
Skov's over. Brun Larsen is, I believe.
It suits that left-footed angle more, but I mean, if you have that other angle around it, it can just put that little bit of doubt in the goalkeeper's mind.
A really good position for a free kick, just outside the box. So the question is, can you get enough dip on it in time? Could even go goalkeeper side as well. Skov, it looks like it is going to be Skov to take. Lines it up. Skov hits it straight to the wall. Comes out Brun Larsen, hits it straight to Galashki. A waste there, really. Galashki waves everyone forward and drives it towards the red shirt. Luckman, what a beautiful touch that is. Sublime play. This is Nkunku. Nkunku finds Haidara. Haidara into Nkunku to Werner. Werner can't get that link up with Nkunku, but Hoffenheim give the ball away again. It's with Luckman. Luckman into the box. Tries to dribble past his man. Holds onto the ball. Rudy's after him. Luckman plays it back too. That was, this is Nkunku. Again, time, space for the effort. Hits it. Oh, what an effort by Nkunku. He's absolutely rattled the crossbar with a stunning curling strike. Baumann didn't even move. Across the bar, the post is still shaking. It was a beautiful effort by Nkunku. So unlucky not to score. This is Skov, though, down the other end. Skov into the box. Trips over his own feet. Helsingborg can bring the ball away. It's really livened up this game in the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I mean, you can see how open it is, and you can have those kind of chances. But I mean, that's one of those ones that you just wish had gone in, purely for the highlight reel.
It was a beautiful effort by Nkunku. He created the space and he got the perfect whip on it. And as I said, Baumann just didn't even move. He didn't sniff it. This is Rudy. Grilic. Looks like Hoffenheim have pretty much given up. Well, we are only about a minute away. Kadra Barek, who's, to be fair, shown a lot of energy and endeavour all game, gets a cross in. They might have a corner. It's going to be a throw-in instead. Nagelsmann looks very relaxed there. It's a good win for Leipzig, this, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Just they've got one more foot in the Champions League thanks to this win, and it's been a mixed sort of restart for them, but this is a win they'll be very pleased to get.
Yeah, as I said, that they're unbeaten, but I think just a few of the draws they would have liked to wins. We're just saying that again on the replay. What an effort that is by Nkunku. I'm just watching Baumann, and he's just like, well, that's in, isn't it? He didn't have a chance with that.
Ball he didn't bother moving, did he?
No, he didn't. Ball flicked in the air. Helsingborg finds Angelino. Angelino plays it back in towards Nkunku. The ball's flicked around the corner, and Angelino finds Haidara, who's sort of mishit it, but it's found his man. Adams Werner tries to get it around the corner, blocked away, and 10 seconds or so left of this match. Important win for Leipzig, but Hoffenheim, they needed this if they won that last Europa League spot. And they'll have to look out to their following games and hope Wolfsburg slip up at the weekend.
Yeah, and Wolfsburg have been in okay form, so I'm not sure you can count on Wolfsburg slipping up.
And there is the full-time whistle. It is Hoffenheim 0, RB Leipzig 2. The damage was all done in the first half with Dani Olmo's second and third Bundesliga goals since he joined Leipzig in January. It was, to be honest, 2-0. It's kind of a bit of a poor reflection on what was an entertaining game, to say the least. Both sides had good chances. De Boer hit the crossbar in the first half, and then Cunningham hit the post right at the end there in the second half for Leipzig as well. But Timo Werner also missed a glorious chance in the first half. He's played through one-on-one with Baumann and skied it over the bar. So, David, what are your thoughts on that game? And I don't know who impressed you as well.
Yeah, I think it was. It was an open game. There were chances both end. It was far from a routine win for Leipzig, even though they were definitely on top. I think individual performances. I was very impressed with Sabitzer. I thought he controlled the game when he was on, and Lima and Campbell as well. I think just that Leipzig midfield was excellent. I think they'll be a little bit concerned about Werner. Maybe he's sort of 1 foot in London already, and Mukiele had a shaky performance. For Hoffenheim, there was a lots of performances that started but didn't quite take off. Skov showed some glimpses in the second half, and Bebu did as well. I'm not sure Grilic is right for that role, and I think they missed his presence in the middle of the pitch a little bit. And when Hübner gets back from his suspension, I think he'll be very much welcomed. So overall, Leipzig deserved the win.
Yeah, I don't think you can argue with that. Going back to the goals, well worked from Leipzig, both of them. Mukiele did brilliantly down the right and then slipped a nice pass through Olmo. It was a weak challenge by Grilic, in fairness, by Olmo, but then to stop Olmo, but then he slotted it beautifully past Baumann. And then the second goal is probably my favourite because it was a lovely ball at the back post, and Sabitzer showed superb awareness, just head that ball down. And that was a first-hand finish that, again, Baumann had no chance. It just went straight through him into the corner. So yeah, it was a really good, entertaining game. Me and you will be back next Friday to do Spurs Man United, which I'm really looking forward to as the Premier League returns. And also tomorrow you can tune in on Hot Mic and listen to Harry Seymour and Lee Scott to take you through Borussia Mönchengladbach and Bayern Munich. So final thoughts from you, David, and then I think we will leave it at that.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyable game, and I think a good chance for people to see sort of the strength and depth that Leipzig have got in their squad. Some players that haven't had regular minutes getting time there. And I'd expect Leipzig to continue strong for the rest of the season. I think Hoffenheim are going to struggle now to get into Europe. But, with so few games left, I think that the manager won't necessarily experiment. And we might see a different Hoffenheim side at the beginning of next season.
Well, thank you for joining me, David. Thank you to everyone who listened and also this person who tipped as well. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. It means we can continue to bring these commentaries to you. The Bundesliga, Premier League, Serie A, La Liga. That is the plan. But as I say, tune in tomorrow to Harry Seymour and Lee Scott. But from now, me and David, we will see you next week.